preface this by saying I'm really sorry for like during this video if I don't look 100% the way I do right now. I'm filming this intro at the end of the video, okay? And I just realized that I didn't have any lipstick on. I was like, should probably go put some lipstick on. So that's just been applied. Anyway, so today's video is my May TBR. Now we're doing something a little bit different. I'm not picking it this month. My book bestie is. His name is Captain Ventress here on YouTube. He does have a TikTok, but I don't know if he uses it anymore. I think he only uses it to send me TikToks and to see my TikToks that I send him. He is picking my TBR for this month. We have a huge stack. Obviously, I don't expect to get through all of these books. However, this month I actually do have some time off from uni. I have about a week and a half to 2 weeks off from uni this month. So I will have like a good 7 to 8 days where I can actually just sit down and read. So that is the plan. Hopefully I can like smash out a few books. I also want to try and film a video during that week and be like, how many books can I read in a week, or how many pages can I read in a week, whatever it is. Because my child's also in daycare on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, and he also goes to his dad's on the weekends as well. So I will have some time to be able to read and read a good chunk, and that's really what I want to do this month. So if we get through 12, I'll be super happy. We wouldn't get through 12 anyway because of one book in particular, but if we got through 11, I would be ecstatic. So we'll see what happens, but grab a drink, grab a snack, let's get into the video. All right.
Okay.
Just took skin off my knee.
How did you do that?
Oh, I bashed it on my TBR card. Oh, hang on, wait. I need to record this, don't I? All right, shall I turn the camera around for you so you can see them all? Now I have a lot. So I've got 2 layers, like double-sided on there, these 5, plus these, plus this, plus this.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I told you I have a lot. I don't even think, hang on, wait, I'm not even in shot in my main camera, wait, I need to this way. So you have, this is like a thriller, I think that's like a romance, dark romance. I think this is dark romance, paranormal romance, fantasy, all the way through there. All of those are fantasy. That is poetry.
Poetry?
Yeah.
I love good poetry.
I got it from Ivy. And then romance, small town romance, sports romance, Court of Silver Flames, romance, fantasy, dark romance, your book, and fantasy all down the bottom there too.
I thought you were supposed to read my book last
I was, but I didn't get around to it, okay? Hey, you're picking my TBR, so you can go and put it on again, so that's fine.
I'm gonna put it on again now.
Oh, okay, so are we taking that? Is that what we're doing? Are we putting that one on the TBR?
Yeah.
Book 1, TBR. Okay.
Where's Die For You? You still got that one on your TBR?
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
You can't give me all fantasy. You've got to give me a mix.
No, I know. I'm getting there. I'm just picking the ones that I'm aware of. Where's the other one you had? What was it called? The Something of the Witch. That's a good one too.
Something of the Witch. Oh, Soul of the Witch. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Soul of the Witch. Are you talking about that whole trilogy? I read Her Soul to Take, and it's the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
That's the second one. So we put the second one on.
Yes.
I'm keen for that because that's on my 25 books of 2025.
Yep.
I'm keen to read that. I so desperately want to read that. I approve heavily of that one.
I'd say Bride, but you already said no more fantasy.
No, I was just saying you have to give me a mix.
I'm giving you a mix. Soul of a Witch. I don't know what that's about, but
that's the third one. Cool. That's the third one in this.
Oh, that's the third one. Okay,
yeah.
We gotta read that one first then.
Yeah, I gotta read this one first. Also, I forget how big look at how big the writing is in this book.
Wow, that's a really large font for like that could be a lot smaller book.
Yeah, right? It's like so thick. Anyway. Hey, I'm not complaining because it means I'll be able to read it without my glasses on.
That's true. Darkest Temptation is another one I know I wanted to read too. I think that's pretty good.
That's a dark romance. I have been so like on the fence as to whether or not I'm going to complete this series because I've read the other 2. They're there. And I just don't know how I feel about it, so we'll see how I go with that, I suppose. But that's all right. We've got 2 fantasy, paranormal, romance, paranormal dark romance, and then dark romance.
I feel like I need to add something small for you, so I want to add one of Ivy's books because I know that she's a good writer and they're really quick.
Which one?
Let's go Bones Deep because that's the one that she keeps talking about.
This has been on my TBR like 3 times and I just never get to it. It was on my TBR last month too.
I'm not going to give you Bride because I want to read Bride with you.
Okay.
Because I'm actually really excited for Bride.
We're going to do Onyx Storm 2 this month, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Wait, let me go get it.
It's
That's okay. We can put like 10 books on the TBR. That's fine. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can pick 4 more.
All right, spin the card. Elsie Silver's next book.
What? One of these?
Yeah, but I want you to do the next one in the series because I know you've got the series there, even though they're all standalones.
What do you mean the next one in the series?
Well, because she has the 3 books that are after Wild Love.
No, I don't have that on me. I've only got this series, which is her.
Which is the Heartless one.
Yeah, that's the Chestnut Spring series.
Alright, we'll go with one of them because I think a fluffy romance would be good.
Couldn't have picked Spiral? Okay, Flawless is the first one in that series. Hang on.
I couldn't have picked Spiral because you like sports romances.
I do like sports romances. That's why you didn't pick Spiral or Icebreaker.
No, Icebreaker's the next one.
Oh, we're doing Icebreaker, are we? Okay.
Yeah, and I want you to read Icebreaker. Except that's not the cover that I remember from Icebreaker. The one that I remember is like from the early days before she... Like, because that's part of the new release series where they have all these, like, the couples on the front.
Yeah, it's trad pubbed.
Yeah, so the one that I remember is literally just, like, it's broken ice with an ice skate on the front. That's all it is. Like an old school, like, contemporary art cover.
I haven't been able to see these ones either.
Is that the Scorched Roses one that I read and you haven't?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I kind of want to make you read that one because that was actually really good. I actually really enjoyed it.
I think it's only like 90-something pages long. Like,
yeah,
it's not very long.
Was only... I listened to it on an audiobook. It was only 90 minutes long. It was really, really, really short, but it was really good.
Yeah, it's like literally like 154 pages long because the rest of the book is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. It's like 4 or 5 chapters of that. So we're putting that one on too, are we?
I want to, but there's another book I want to give you first, if that one. So put that one aside and we'll see if the ad gets to the list.
That's 9. Temporary. We've still got 8.
Yeah. So you've got a sports romance, a fluffy romance, you've got 2 dark romances, you've got Onyx Storm, which we're buddy reading.
Yeah, 3 fantasy. Actually, you know what? Let's take Onyx Storm out of it because we're not going to finish that in a month.
No, we're not. But so that's a buddy read.
We'll take that out. It's not part of the it's part of the TBR, but I won't finish that this month, so that's fine. So you've got 7.
Where are the thrillers you've got? Do you have any more?
I do. I have The Safe Place by Anna Downs and Verity by Colleen Hoover.
Safe Place?
Yeah.
Wait, they're on the other side of the TBR.
Yeah, it's alright. I got it though.
Oh yeah. That one. Yep. I know what that one is.
You want to do that one? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. You've got
2 more.
8. Yeah, 2 more. It's a fairy book. The Infatuated Fae book 1. So it's when a trip into the forest to collect a rare mushroom for her research goes horribly wrong. Biologist Callie Peterson finds herself falling through a fairy portal and straight into the arms of the unseelie Fae prince. The dangerously unhinged and viciously handsome unseelie Fae prince. He thinks she's an assassin sent by the humans to kill him. Not a scientist, and he imprisons her in his realm where, unwittingly, his obsession with her begins to grow.
I mean, I like that she's a biologist and a scientist. I like that.
Yeah, I actually started reading this, but I never finished it. Where'd I get
Bad, that? Good.
I just forgot about it. So neither. Yeah, where is it? Like, I even started... there you go. I got up to chapter 4. I even started annotating it too, look.
It sounds interesting, though.
I have little notes written in it, but no tabs, which is funny. Okay, so do you want to put that one on there?
Yeah. I don't want the Cruel Prince right now. I do want to give you... I was thinking about giving you the next one in the Akamath series, but, like...
Of course you're not going to, because you know I want to read it.
Yeah.
Me? You watch me pick it up and read it anyway.
I was going to say, I don't want to add it to your TBR because you'll read it anyway. I do want to add Electric Idol, though, because I'm actually really excited to read that myself.
That has been on the TBR twice this year.
I'll be honest, I've read the blurb for it like 7 times and been like, that sounds really good.
I know,
and
it sounds so good. But then I totally forget about it. But after reading Court of the Vampire Queen, I'm like, I need to read more of her stuff. Okay, should we put this one on there anyway? It's only small.
It'll take you like half an hour to read.
That is a big stack.
I don't think so. That will take you, like, you either won't get through it or you'll have half of it done by, like, next week.
Called out for my nonsense. I'll either completely steer off the TBR and read 20 other books, or I'll read the entire thing in a week.
You'll have the next part of the Akamath series done. You'll have Onyx Storm halfway through if I don't hurry up.
No, I'm going to wait for you to read that because I've already read Onyx Storm, so I'm going to wait for that I'll wait for you to read that before I read it. I won't read it without you. Okay, I'm going to go film the rest of this video and I'll call you back afterwards.
Alright.
Bye, thank you. Love you.
Bye. Love you too.
Okay, so now we're going to go through the list of the books that my book bestie picked out for me. Let's start with, I wanted to do this because him and I like a lot of the same books and we talk about books all the time. He's using my book journal, like my reading journal that I created, and he loves it. So I really, really, really wanted to get him to pick out my TBR because I just think it would be really interesting. So we have like 12 books on the TBR. However, a couple of them are not going to be read like in this month. Like one of them's not going to be read this month specifically. And as he said, I'll probably have half of this done in a week. It just depends on how I go for reading. So the first one that he picked out was, I think it was this one, Empire of the Vampire. If you saw my TBR for last month, this was on the TBR. It was like pick a book recommended by a friend. He is the one that recommended this book to me. I just was in such a fantasy slump after Fearless that I couldn't pick this up, and I literally haven't read anything for like 2 weeks. So looking at this stack, I think I actually have some good books that I'll be able to read to get me out of a slump, like even reading like Icebreaker or Flawless or Electric Idol, which we'll go through in a second. I'll quickly read the back of this for you. It has been 27 long years since the last sunrise. Ever since, vampires have waged war against humanity, building their eternal empire even as they tear down our own. Gabriel de Leon, half man, half monster, and last remaining Silver Saint, a sworn brother of the Holy Silver Order, dedicated to defending the realm from the creatures of the night, is all that stands between the world and its end. Imprisoned by the very monsters he has vowed to destroy, Gabriel is forced to tell his story, a story of legendary battles and forbidden love, a faith lost and friendships won, of the war and blood and the forever king and the quest for humanity's last remaining hope, the Holy Grail. So it does sound very interesting. This book just intimidates me because of how big it is, but I know I can read it on Kindle Unlimited, so I will definitely be doing that. Next we have the book that I'm probably the most excited for, Her Soul for Revenge by Harley LaRue. I read, this is book 2, the Souls Trilogy, book 2. I read the first one end of last year and I was obsessed with it. I love this series, which is why I ended up buying both of them. So I'll read you the back of this one. After years on the run, a woman sacrifices her soul to a demon who has long hungered for all her in this dark romantic thriller by TikTok sensation Harley LaRue, Juniper. After a cult tried to sacrifice me to their wicked god, I went on the run, doing whatever was necessary to survive, until a demon offered me a deal. Give him my soul and help me claim the vengeance I seek. Blood will be spilled and the monsters I once ran from will soon be running from me. But damning my soul was just the beginning. It's my heart the demon wants next. Zane, I've been hunting souls for centuries, but she's the ultimate prize. Vicious and feral with a broken soul as dark as my own. I thought claiming her would be a simple game, but Juniper is far from simple. I choose to follow her on a path drenched with the blood of her enemies, but it's our blood that may be spilled next. As an ancient god wakes from its slumber, neither of us may survive. That sounds really interesting. I'm curious to see where the story goes after reading Her Soul to Take. So yeah, super excited to read that. This will probably be one of the first ones I read for the month because I'm obsessed with this series and I'm upset it's taking me this long to continue. Now it's really funny. A lot of the books that my bestie picked have been on my TBR this year already and I just haven't read them or haven't finished reading them or whatever it is. So next we have Die For You by Lauren Jackson, but I'll read you the back. It says, Twilight meets the Vampire Diaries in the steamy romantasy which will leave you thirsting for more. It says, The Survivor. The death certificate says my sister died 2 years ago in the accident, but her body was never found. I was the sole survivor, then I saw her. Someone lied. Now I must travel across the country to find answers from a bloodthirsty vampire with one thing on his mind. I will find out the truth even if it kills me. The Protector. I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't mean for any of it to happen. Now Rhea is here, she is mine, and I must protect her at all costs. With our bond, if she dies, I die. It doesn't add up and it's all a mess. It's my job to fix it and find my brother. She knows I'm hiding something, but I'm terrified to tell her the truth. The Predator. It's been years since I had a lead. Now I have one. I will watch, I will wait, I will strike. He will be mine. So it kind of sounds like a little like MMF love triangle, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not the biggest fan of love triangles, which you will see in... No, it was in my last reading wrap-up. I was talking about it in Legendary and Finale. I'm not a fan of love triangles, so we'll see how we go with this book. Next up, we have How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly. This is the Infatuated Fae series, book 1. I have started to read this and just like forgot about it. Like even started annotating it and everything. And like I said, I just kind of forgot about it. Yeah, you can see I have little annotations in it. I do find the back of this super interesting. I did read this out while I was on the phone to my bestie, so you guys can just listen to it in there because he was not sure. But yeah, it says, a forbidden obsession, unyielding family allegiance, 3 deadly challenges. So it sounds really interesting. So yeah, I am kind of excited to read it, but I'm also scared to read it. Then we have The Safe Place by Anna Downs. This is a thriller, like a thriller, suspense thriller novel. This author is definitely Australian. I know that for a fact. She wrote Red River Road and I loved that book. So I'm very excited to read this just because of how much I loved that book. And this is also, I believe this is a signed copy as well. I believe both of them were signed by her. Yeah, it was. That I bought from QBD Books. So I'll read you the back. For struggling actress Emily Proudman, life in London is not working out as planned. In fact, it's falling apart. So when she is offered a live-in job working for a wealthy family on their luxurious coastal property in France, she jumps at the opportunity to start over. The estate is picture perfect and its owners exude charisma and sophistication. But as Emily gets to know the family, their masks begin to slip, and what at first appears to be a dream come true turns out to be a prison from which none of them will ever escape, unless Emily can find a way to set them all free. That sounds really interesting, like super interesting. So I'm excited to give that a read. This is definitely a top contender for my next read, just because I've been in such a slump since reading Fearless. You guys will see in my next video why that is. But yeah, I've been in such a slump. I haven't picked up a book for like 2 weeks after reading Fearless just because I haven't wanted to move on. So this is definitely a good palette cleanser for that. I also don't want to run through all of my palette cleansers too quickly because I have got I'm going to need them. That's for sure. So I don't know if I'll read this one first, or maybe Icebreaker or Flawless or Electric Idol. We shall see. Speaking of Icebreaker, next up we do have Icebreaker. If you guys don't know what this is, you're definitely living under a rock. This is super, super popular. I haven't actually read it yet because I had heard so many mixed reviews about it that I just didn't know if I wanted to. I didn't know if it was my thing. I also didn't think like sports romances were my thing, but I've read 3 or 4 hockey romances now and I love them. Like I'm obsessed with them. So I figured it was time to pick this up and read it. I will read you the back. He's the one thing she couldn't plan for. Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. She has drive that few can match, and as she enters her 3rd year on the Maple Hills ice skating team, everything is going according to plan. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the ice hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus as team captain is... Nate's focus as team captain is on keeping his team on the ice, which is tricky when a facilities mishap means they are forced to share a rink with the ice skating team, including Anastasia, who clearly can't stand him. But when her skating partner gets injured, Nate looks like her best option to advance in the competition. Sparks fly, but Anastasia isn't worried. After all, she doesn't have time for a relationship, right? Sounds interesting, sounds very cliche, but it does sound very interesting, so I am keen to give that one a go. Then we have Flawless by Elsie Silver. Now, Book Bestie wanted me to read the next one in the, what's it called? Yeah, Rose Hill series. He wanted me to read the second one in that series, but I don't actually own it. I do obviously own this Elsie Silver book, so he was like, read that because I know you don't like small town romances. Like, you couldn't have picked Spiral because I have Spiral right here, and he's like, no, you like sports romances too much, so... I was like, well, what about Icebreaker? And then he was like, no, I'm going to give you Icebreaker as well. So I got Icebreaker anyway. But Flawless by Elsie Silver. I am really scared to read this just because of, I know so many people love it, but I'm not a fan of small town romances. So I'm a bit scared to read it. But I'll read you the back. The rules were simple. Keep my hands off his daughter, but now I'm stuck with her. There's only one bed and, well, rules are made to be broken. I'm the golden boy of professional bull riding, or at least I was until it all blew up in my face. Now my agent says I have to clean up my image, so I'm stuck with his ball-busting daughter for the rest of the season as my full-time supervision. But I don't need a goddamn babysitter, especially one with skin-tight jeans, a sexy smirk, and a mouth she can't stop running. A mouth I can't stop thinking about. She says this means nothing, I say this means everything. She says there are boundaries we couldn't cross, that my reputation can't take any more hits, and neither can her damaged heart. I say I'm going to steal it anyway. It does sound really good, but I just don't know how I feel about these types of books. So we'll see. Maybe this will be like one of those books that I read first, just to sort of like get it out of the way, see how I feel about it. So yeah, that's Flawless by Elsie Silver. Now again, this book has been on the TBR many times this year, and I'm determined to get to it this month. Determined to get to it this month. We have Electric Idol by Katie Robert. After reading Court of the Vampire Queen last month, last month, I am reminded of how much I love her writing. So I'm going to really try and read this one this month. I really want to. I want to get through this entire series. I've read Neon Gods. Loved it. I'm not going to read the back of this one because I have read it twice already on the internet. So I'm not going to bother reading the back of this one. But it's a Psyche and Eros retelling in a modern way. So they're super, super interesting. I love these books. So that is the next one. Next up we have The Darkest Temptation, which is the third and final book in the Maid series by Danielle Laurie, and this is the book that got absolutely butchered in the package. I loved the first book of this. I didn't love the second one all that much, so it will be really interesting to see what I feel and think about this one specifically. It's also the biggest one out of the lot, which is why I think I've been putting it off, because The Sweetest Oblivion was actually smaller than The Sweetest Oblivion was bigger than The Sweetest Obsession, and The Sweetest Obsession was the book I didn't like. So yeah, anyway, I'll read you the back of this. A fortune teller once told Mila she'd find a man who would take her breath away. She refrained from telling her it would be literally, while Mila ran for her life. Having always done what is expected of her, Mila dresses the part, only dates college boys with exemplary backgrounds, and doesn't ask questions, not about her papa's absences or his refusal to let her set foot in her birthplace, Russia. Suffocated by the rules and unanswered questions, Mila does what she always wanted to. She boards a plane to Moscow. She never expected to fall for a man on the way, one with unexplained wealth, tattoos on his hands, and secrets in his eyes. But it doesn't take long for his caress to become a rough grasp, muffling her screams. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Unfortunately, a Russian winter is the coldest of them all, and Mila soon learns the only way to escape intact is to do the impossible and thaw her captor's heart. That sounds really interesting, actually. That sounds like the best story out of the three. Oh, I'm really excited to read that now. Book Bestie, you did a good job with that. You did. I'm super excited to read that now. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. But that sounds awesome. And then the last one we have, because we're going to do a buddy read of it, even though I've read it before, I really want to do a reread of it. So, Onyx Storm. Me and Book Bestie are going to do a buddy read of this, so it's not going to be finished in a month just because of the amount of work that we both have to do with uni and the amount of time we have. He's also not quite as fast a reader as I am, which is totally fine. Everyone reads at their own pace. We're going to do a buddy read of this, so we're actually going to specifically say, we're only going to read 2 chapters a night or whatever, and make sure we sit down to read this every day. and read like 2 chapters. He was like, sometimes I read more than that. I was like, yeah, but that's fine. You can tell me the next day what chapter you read up to, and I'll read up to that, and then plus the 2 or 3 chapters that we're supposed to read, so that we're going at it at the same pace. But I really, really want to do a reread of this. It's probably going to put me into another book slump, which is fine. Yeah, I just really love this book. I would love to do a reread of it, just to like pick out anything that I missed. I still have my annotation tabs. I'm very excited to do a reread of this. I'm still so caught up in this world. I love it. I cannot wait for the next book. So to tide me over till then, rereading this one will be great. And like, you can see how much I love this book because of how much I annotated it. I don't think I've ever annotated a book quite this much. Like, I literally annotated the living daylights out of this book. So, and then next up we have Six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. This is the novella that goes in between The Wings and the Serpent of Night and Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. This is the 1.5. And I have tried to read this twice, struggled to get through it. I really want to read this because I haven't moved on to the next duet because I haven't read this yet, and I really want to read this first. So yeah, I'll read you the back. 6 roses, 6 vials of blood, 6 visits to a vampire who could be her salvation or her damnation. Lilith has been dying since the day she was born, but while she has come to terms with her own imminent death, the death of everyone she loves is an entirely different matter. She, as her town slowly withers in the clutches of a mysterious God-sent illness, she decides to take matters into her own hands. Desperate to find a cure, Lilith strikes a bargain with the only thing the gods hate even more than her village, a vampire. She offers him 6 roses in exchange for 6 vials of vampire blood, the one hope for her town's salvation. But when what began as a simple transaction becomes something more, Lilith is faced with the terrifying realization it's dangerous to wander into the clutches of a vampire, and in a place already suffering a god's wrath, more dangerous still to fall in love with one. It does sound so interesting, and you do get to see these 2 in Ashes and the Star-Cursed King as well. So it would be interesting to see their like backstory. But Book Bestie has read this already and he says it's good. So, I mean, I suppose I should read it. I really should get on that and read it. So, and like he said, I would be able to read this really quickly, especially with the way I've started tabbing now. I should actually be able to get through this really fast. Because it, like, literally in a couple of hours, because it's under 200 pages, so I should be able to get through it quite quickly. So that is the 12 books we have on the TBR for this month. I know that seems really excessive, but like I said, Onyx Storm won't be finished in the month of May. I also do have a full week off, or a week and a bit off from uni this month, so I should be able to sit down and just read for like a full week straight. So I'm thinking about filming a video which is like, how much can I read in a week? So I would love to just be able to sit down and do that week, which means I should also get through a good chunk of these books in that week, especially if I'm really smart about which books I try to read and how I go about consuming them, whether I put them as an audiobook or whether I read them as an ebook or physical.
Okay, I am filming this again because it's super laggy on the one that I put into my editing software. So hopefully this one doesn't come out laggy. If it is laggy, I'm so sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. I apparently didn't film an outro for this video, so I'm so sorry about that. So you're getting editing Justine. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. It has been a couple of days. Well, I think it's the 2nd of May, I believe. And I have started reading the TBR the Bestie picked out. And I'm not going to lie, he's picked well. He's picked very well. I have read 1 book off it so far and I'm obsessed. I'm tossing up whether or not I'm going to rate it a 4.25 star, a 4.75 star or a 5-star read. So we shall see. But yeah, I will make sure to tag Book Bestie down below in the description box, as well as I'll pop it on the screen for you too. Make sure you follow my socials as well, my TikTok and my Instagram. They're linked on the screen and in the description as well. And make sure you like, subscribe, comment, turn on the notification bell.